Hi everyone, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading today that is for Sun, Moon and Risings. If it doesn't resonate with yourself, then please take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. I hope you like your messages today. If you do, please like and subscribe to the channel and you'll get updates every time that I put new content on the channel. Okay, let's get into the reading. Hi, this is a general collective reading for the sign of Scorpio. This is a love reading. Now, it is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It won't fit for everybody. Like I say, it is collective. If you don't find any message for yourself in this, please check your other placements. You may find a message in one of those. Now, this could be past, present, or future related. It is whatever message Spirit feels the need to relay. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Spirit, can we have some cards, please, for the collective of Scorpio for the current love situation that you want us to bring up today? Please, can we have some cards for the love situation for Scorpio? Okay, so the overall energy for the reading we've got is the Devil in reverse. So it does suggest that someone overall is coming out of some bad habits, some old addictions that they may have had, getting over some negative energies, some facing fears, getting out of the comfort zone. Yeah, and basically just getting on with things, breaking out of whatever toxic behavior they may have been going through, and yeah, changing things around. Now, in your current energy, we have the Moon card. Now, the Moon is suggesting that you could be very instinctive. You also romanticize things quite a lot. You may unconsciously have daydreams a lot. You may even have a lot of dreams at night that about certain situations. Yeah, it just suggests that. I mean, it could also be that there's things that might be hidden from you at the moment. But with this being your card, I'm going to assume that this is down to, your instincts and maybe being a very dreamy type of person. And now the Moon card is Pisces energy, and the Devil there we have Capricorn. And that star we've got Aquarius. So in your person's energy, we've got 5 of Wands. So they are suggesting that they've got a bit of conflict, or they're feeling conflicted. Now, whether this is they're conflicted within themselves, or whether they're overcoming some sort of conflict with other people, some sort of fight, rivalry. It could very well be that you might work together and they could see you as a rival. This might be something brand new. Now, in your feelings about the current situation with them, we've got the Star card in reversed. So you're not particularly hopeful about this relationship at the moment. You don't really see it going very well anywhere. You're lacking insight on it. It's feeling very troubled. Yeah, you're not feeling it at all. Now, in your challenge, we have not wanting to work on it as your challenge. So, yeah, so you're being challenged to work on it, really. Your challenge or obstacle is not wanting to work on it. And then in your outcome is feeling balanced. Okay. So let's get clarification on this. So is that that you need to work on it or you don't need to work on it to get the balance. That is the question. So let's get some clarification first of all on this moon card. Spirit, can we get clarification on the moon, please? Now, I do say this is your energy, but it could also be your person's energy. So take whichever one for yourself. They can be reversed. Now I'm going to stick with this one as being you, though, because I do feel that you're the moon. Spirit, please clarify this moon card. Okay, so you got the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Swords in reverse, and we've also got the Sun card in the reverse. So your Four of Pentacles then. So you are feeling a little bit greedy, possibly. You like to have control, you like to have stability, and you like to hold on to things. Okay, now we do have a Three of Swords in reverse, which just suggests that you have been through some heartbreak and that you're now healing from it, which is possibly why your intuition is feeling so good. You've got good instincts with regards to, you know, what you like, what you don't like, and you like to hold on to things. And you do have a Sun card in reverse as well, which is suggesting that you know that happiness is going to come. Okay, you might not be in a happy position at the moment, but you know that it's coming at some point. It's just feeling a bit delayed. And it might be down to you having to use your instincts more and your intuition because you've not been given the truth on certain things. Okay, let's get some clarification on this Five of Wands. Yeah, maybe you've lost a few things and now you want to hold on tight to what you do like and what you can hold on to. Things that are in your control that make you feel stable. Okay, so your Five of Wands person then, Five of Wands, yeah, it's being clarified by a King of Wands. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now, he's somebody that is generally very, he's got a lot of integrity. He's very passionate and gets what he wants. He is somebody that is very bold, charismatic, stands up for others, and is very loyal. Okay, so he's a great catch. You've got Two of Pentacles in reverse, so he's feeling really out of balanced. I say he, this could be she. Energies can be reversed. They're just personality traits, so take it as it is. It's just yeah, so they're feeling really out of balanced, and they feel like they're limited with choices. Okay, but they do know that they have got a choice to make. They've got that Two of Swords there, but they don't want to make the choice. They're feeling blinkered. They're at a stalemate. They are doing a lot of considering of what their choices are, of what their limited choices are. Okay. Spirit, what's this Star card, please? I don't know still if this is a past or a present person or whether it's someone new. All I can see is that you've been hurt in the past. Okay, so the star card in reverse is clarified by the star card in the reverse. We've also got the moon in the reverse, and we've got the fool in reverse, and I've just had a jumper, so we'll pull that one out as well. And we've got justice in reverse. Beautiful. They're not all in reverse. Yeah, so obviously your star card in reverse then, so feeling off balance, feeling lost, feeling hopeless. You've not got much hope in this at all. There are too many things that are hidden from you. Your intuition's feeling blocked, which is probably why you're not feeling it very much. Because like I say at the beginning, you've got a lot of intuition, you're not feeling it. Your intuition isn't working for some reason with regards to this relationship. You've got a fool as well there, so it's suggesting that you're hesitating over it. You're not willing to start. You're really doing some deep thinking on whether or not you want to go with this. To be honest, it looks as though your person is as well. And then we've got the justice in reverse, which is suggesting again something's being hidden. Some truths are being obscured. So whether you're, I don't know, this is a bit weird because your person's blind, like they're missing something as well. So whether you're hiding something from your person, or whether your person's hiding something from you, or whether you're both hiding something from each other, you know, this is suggesting that there's definitely things you can't work something out. Your intuition's completely blocked from something, and you just don't. You're hesitant to start it because you don't know. You don't know where it's going to go. You don't know how it's going to end. And that's what it is. You don't know what's coming. So you're feeling stuck about it. You're hesitant because you don't know how it's going to pan out. With this person having to make decisions and feeling out of balance themselves, it looks to me as though they're having some sort of conflict. They don't know what way to go. So you're hesitant to even start it because you can see them hesitating. So it's very much of, why would you bother if they're not interested and they haven't made a decision themselves? And because you can't see how it's going to end, or you can't see how it's going to pan out, you're not even willing to take that leap. Because you can't see it, you don't know whether they want you or not. Spirit, can you clarify this Three of Pentacles? Yes, what's this Three of Pentacles? What's the obstacle and challenge? Blockage, challenge, obstacle, whatever we want to call it. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So the Seven of Cups in reverse is suggesting that somebody's making a choice. Not all options are blocked, but they're making a choice and they're moving ahead with it, okay? Or that's what needs to be done. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright is suggesting that a lesson's being learned, a karmic cycle is coming to an end, and that you're going to start a period of good karma. So whatever you put out is due to come back into you. You're going to have a lot of, this is suggesting fortune. And then this Eight of Cups is, somebody, they're abandoning how do I put it? If they've just started something, they're abandoning it and going back to what they were. They're happy to settle. So it's like they're going backwards. So where in the upright it's somebody walking away from a potential relationship, they're walking away from the past, they're moving forward. This is them stopping, they're going back because they're happy to just settle. So this is suggesting then that your challenge is learning your lessons from choices that have, or from the choices that you've already made, the decisions that you've already had, and then deciding whether or not settling is good enough for you, or whether you need to change how you work on it, potentially. Because this would suggest to me that, you know, if your challenge is working with other people, then if you've made a decision to stay in a particular circumstance, you know, and make it work, and you're going to get the karma for that, for making, karma's always reaping what you get in the, or reaping from the decisions that you've made. So reaping, if you've made a bad decision, you tend to end up with bad karma. Not, how do I put it? Some people will sit there and say, oh, you know, karma doesn't hit very often, or sometimes it takes a while to get there, but that's because it's how it's perceived by the other person, not necessarily what's happening to the person that is dealing with the karma. If you make a bad decision, you generally reap that karma, because you have to sit and you have to think about that decision, and you have to deal with the consequences that decision's caused. But this is suggesting whatever decision you've made good decisions, and you're going to be reaping the good karma from it. And potentially, you know, you're going back to something from the past. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to be going back to a past person, but just relearning from a past thing from that particular relationship. You could be going into a very similar type of thing because you're happy, and you're happy to settle for what you is something very similar to what you had previously. Could be going back into that relationship. If it is a past relationship, maybe that's why there's a conflict with the 5 of Wands there for your person. Maybe they've done something to hurt you, and they're feeling a lot of conflict, and now they've got to decide whether or not they want to move this forward. But your decision is, or your challenge is going to be working on it and deciding whether or not your decision that you made is the right one to settle. Either way, you know, you make the decision that's right for you. So the karma that you get will be good for you, because it is the right decision for you. But it does suggest that you might be not willing to put in an effort to work on something. You're just willing to settle for what you had. So whether or not that's, yes, it might be good for you now because you've made that decision to stay or stay in that situation, but how much of the lesson have you learned? I mean, you're saying that obviously that you've learned the lesson and that you're happy with the situation that you're in. But if neither of you are willing to work on something to improve that situation, you know, you've got to sit and really think, is it worth it after all? But I don't know, it's weird. It's a hard one. It is a hard one. Okay, so I've just had a 6 of Wands drop out of me. Okay, so potentially you might need to collaborate with others to work out what it is. That makes a bit more sense. So if you want things to work the way you want them to, or however you want them to, if you want it to go in your, not necessarily in your favor, but if you want to have something that other people already have. So if this is a past relationship, for instance, you've made a decision that you're going to stay because you can settle with what you've got. You know, you're happy to settle with that person, but you might want to change it a little bit. It might be that you might need to go and talk to other people to understand how they've done something and try and incorporate that. That might be why you've got that challenge of working with others, because you might need others in order to make it a bit of a success. Oh, for goodness sake. How many cards have I just dropped now? Quite a few. Right, let's get some clarification on this 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, speaking to people that have already got what you want and how they got it. So if it's something like a reconciliation, how did they reconcile? How did they make it stick? How did they make it work? And then potentially making some sort of plan to do that yourself is suggesting that could be something to do with regards to this obstacle. Right, okay, so your Two of Pentacles. So feeling a bit out of balance then. So we've got a Queen of Swords, the Chariot, and the Five of Wands, to clarify that. Now, your Queen of Swords is somebody that likes to tell the truth. They like to express their emotions. They like to be straightforward and talk truthfully. The Chariot, when it's in reverse, is somebody that doesn't know what they want. Okay. And then the Five of Wands, we've got that conflict again. So I'll be honest, this looks to me like you want to talk, you want to get clarity, you want the truth. You want things to be balanced, you want to change things, but somebody's still not made up their mind and they are still in conflict, which could potentially be this Five of Wands from the person. So it doesn't look to me as though it's resolved. Whatever it is doesn't look to be resolved fully, but it does suggest that you are going to be more balanced in your outcome, because even though they might not be clear, you are potentially expressing your thoughts and emotions clearly, because if you've done this healing and you've made the decisions and you've worked out what it is you want and you know where to go from it and what to do, you know, once you've worked that out, that's where your good karma kicks in. So if you know you've done everything you possibly can to improve the situation that you're in and it still doesn't work because this person's still being very indecisive and not making that decision, so they've still got conflict going on for them, there's not much you can do about that, but at least you can be balanced within yourself. Spirit, can we get some advice for this as well, please? Can we get some advice for Scorpio to get the best possible outcome they can? Spirit, please give us some advice for Scorpio to get the best possible outcome they can. Okay, so we've got a Ten of Wands. So you are seeing this as being a burden. Okay, you are really feeling overloaded, and you are coming to the end of a cycle. You don't particularly want to work on it, so that's probably why that's the challenge. You know what you want to do. You want to do it your own way. You don't really want to work on it in other people's ways. You're feeling like you've been betrayed. You don't feel like you've been getting credit that you deserve. This is suggesting that you need to take some time to heal. Okay, the Four of Swords in the reverse is suggesting that you need to have some time for rest and recuperation. You've got a very unsettled mind. You don't particularly know what your thoughts are at the moment. You need to kind of take some time out for yourself, and actually sit and work out, have some rest, recuperation, try some meditation, maybe some journaling, work out what it is that you want, and do some potential, some inner healing. And then you've got a Page of Wands. So when you are ready to start, it's going to be something that's going to be creative. You're going to be working on your own initiative, potentially starting things from a friendship, and working it out that way. If it's something where you've already had a relationship and this is a past relationship and you're considering whether or not to move into it as a relationship, maybe this is suggesting start it as friends, and then, you know, go slow from there. Can also be, you know, if it's just somebody that you're getting to know, you're not 100% sure, they can't make a decision yet, just be friends. You know, if you can't make a decision on whether or not you want to be in a relationship with somebody, there's nothing stopping you being friends to start with while you're working out what it is that you want. Because there's nothing worse than feeling like something's a burden. If you feel like a relationship's a burden, then, you know, something needs to change in it. I can understand, you know, if you think that you know what's best for it, it doesn't necessarily mean that you do know what's best for it, especially if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, which is possibly why you've got that card suggesting that you're ready to settle, you know, happy to just settle with stuff. The Eight of Cups that was in reverse. If you're doing the same thing over and over and again, but you expect different results each time, it's not going to happen, because you're just going to get the same results you got every time that you've done the same thing. So if it's something where you always rely on yourself and you don't include others potentially, or you don't take advice from other people, maybe it's time to take that advice from somebody else so that you can actually heal and reflect properly. Maybe you might need, you know, maybe it could be something as small as speaking to a friend or a family member that might be going through something similar, or just somebody that's, you know, got a good list, you know, a friend that's got a good listener. You don't want somebody that's going to be sitting there judging, or, you know, but if you don't have a friend or a family member that you can talk to that isn't going to judge and tell you what you should do, because let's face it, there's nothing worse than having somebody sit there and go, oh, well, I think you should do this and I think you should do that. Because at the end of the day, you're all grown-ups, we all make our own decisions, and some people that tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do, then get really annoyed, or how do I put it, they get annoyed at you if you don't take their advice because you don't want to follow it. Does that make sense? Maybe go and speak to a counsellor. But either way, you need to take some time to do some healing, some reflection. You know, you need to clear your thoughts. You need to work out your thoughts, do some meditation, work out what it is that you want. What are your thoughts telling you? What are your feelings telling you? And then, like I say, if it is something where you do want something to happen with a particular person, or even if you're unsure, there's nothing stopping you being friends to start with, and then just see, you know, it doesn't have to go anywhere, you can just stay friends. If it develops later, it develops later. One little thing at a time, isn't it? Right, let's get some romance angels as well for you. So please can we get some romance angels for the sign of Scorpio, Spirit? Okay, so playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to be fun and shine. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a past person. Could just be somebody from a past life. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And divine timing is at work in your love life. Worth the waiting for. Okay, so I hope that has helped some of you Scorpios out there. Good luck and thank you for joining me.